Calculation of time. Atomic time versus great time. Atom. Atom is the ultimate state of the manifest universe. There is nothing smaller than an atom that can exist independently. Atoms combine together to form material bodies or forms. For example, phones, trees, food, our bodies, etc. Atomic time. Atomic time is measured according to its covering, a particular atomic space. Great time. That time which covers the unmanifest aggregate of atoms is called the great time. Divisions of gross time. 2 atoms make one double atom, and 3 double atoms make one hexatom. This hexatom is visible in the sunshine, which enters through the holes of a window screen. One can clearly see that the hexatom goes up towards the sky. Trasarenu and Truti. 3 Trasarenus. A Trasarenu is 1 second divided into 562.5 parts. 3 Trasarenus is called a Truti, and if 1 second is divided into 1687.5 parts, each part is the duration of a Truti, which is the time occupied in the integration of 18 atomic particles. Vedha, Lava, and Nimesha. 100 Trutis makes 1 Vedha. 3 Vedhas make 1 Lava. The duration of time of 3 Lavas is equal to 1 Nimesha, 1/3 of a second. Shana, Kashtha, Lagu, Nadika, or Danda. The combination of 3 Nimeshas makes 1 Kshana, about 1 second. 5 Kshanas combined together make 1 Kashtha, 8 seconds. And 15 Kashthas make 1 Laghu, 2 minutes. 15 Laghus make 1 Nadika, which is also called a Danda, about half hour. Muhurta. 2 Dandas make 1 Muhurta, about an hour. And 6 or 7 Dandas make 1/4 of a day or night, 3 hours, according to human calculation. The measuring pot for 1 Nadika or Danda can be prepared with a 6 pala weight, 14 ounce pot of copper, in which a hole is bored with a gold probe weighing 4 masha and measuring 4 fingers long. When the pot is placed on water, the time before the water overflows in the pot is called 1 danda. Calculation of time continuation. Praharas, days and nights, black and white fortnights, months. It is calculated that there are 4 praharas, 6 to 7 dandas, also known as 3 hours, which are also called yamas in the day, and 4 in the night of the human being. Similarly, 15 days and nights are a fortnight, and there are 2 fortnights, white and black, in a month. 8 praharas make 24 hours, or 1 full day and night. The aggregate of 2 fortnights is 1 month, and that period is 1 complete day and night for the Pita planets. Seasons and solar movements. 2 of such months comprise 1 season, and 6 months comprise 1 complete movement of the sun from south to north. Calendar year, Samvatsara. Duration of human life. 2 solar movements make one day and night of the demigods, and that combination of day and night is one complete calendar year for the human being. The human being has a duration of life of 100 years. Influential stars, planets, luminaries, and atoms all over the universe are rotating in their respective orbits under the direction of the Supreme, represented by eternal Kala. There are 5 different names for the orbits of the sun, moon, stars, and luminaries in the firmament, and they each have their own samvatsara. The sun enlivens all living entities with his unlimited heat and light. He thus moves in the firmament with great velocity, and therefore everyone should offer him respect once every 5 years with all ingredients of worship. Calculation of time, continuation. The 4 yugas or millenniums. The 4 millenniums are called the Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali Yuga. The aggregate number of years of all of these combined is equal to 12,000 years of the demigods. The duration of the Satya millennium equals 4,800 years of the demigods. The duration of the Treta millennium equals 3,600 years of the demigods. The duration of the Dwapara millennium equals 2,400 years, and that of the Kali millennium is 1,200 years of the demigods. Manvantara and Kalpa. 1 Kalpa equals 1 day of Brahma. The transitional periods before and after every millennium, which are a few hundred years, as aforementioned, are known as Yuga Sandhyas, are the conjunctions of 2 millenniums. According to the expert astronomers, in those periods, all kinds of religious activities are performed. Outside of the 3 planetary systems, Swarga, Martya, and Patala, the 4 yugas multiplied by 1,000 comprise 1 day on the planet of Brahma. A similar period comprises a night of Brahma, in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. After the end of Brahma's night, the creation of the 3 worlds begins again in the daytime of Brahma, and they continue to exist through the life durations of 14 consecutive Manus or fathers of mankind. Calculation of time, continuation. The Manus. Each and every Manu enjoys a life of a little more than 71 sets of 4 millennia. After the dissolution of each and every Manu, the next Manu comes in order, along with his descendants, who rule over the different planets. But the 7 famous sages and demigods like Indra and their followers, such as the Gandharvas, all appear simultaneously with Manu. Creation, maintenance, and annihilation. In the creation, during Brahma's day, the 3 planetary systems, Swarga, Martya, and Patala, revolve, and the inhabitants, including the lower animals, human beings, demigods, and pitas, appear and disappear in terms of their fruitive activities. At the end of the day, under the insignificant portion of the mode of darkness, the powerful manifestation of the universe merges in the darkness of night. By the influence of eternal time, the innumerable living entities remain merged in that dissolution, and everything is silent. When the night of Brahma ensues, all the three worlds are out of sight, and the sun and the moon are without glare, just as in the due course of an ordinary night, the devastation takes place. The devastation takes place due to the fire emanating from the mouth of Sankarsana, and thus great sages like Bhrigu and other inhabitants of Maharloka transport themselves to Janaloka, being distressed by the warmth of the blazing fire, which rages through the three worlds below. Calculation of time. Continuation. Devastation. At the beginning of the devastation, all the seas overflow, and hurricane winds blow very violently. Thus, the waves of the seas become ferocious, and in no time at all, the three worlds are full of water. The Supreme Lord, the Personality of Godhead, lies down in the water on the seat of Ananta with his eyes closed, and the inhabitants of the Janaloka planets offer unto the Lord their glorious prayers with folded hands. Thus, the process of the exhaustion of the duration of life exists for every one of the living beings, including Lord Brahma. Life of Lord Brahma. One's life endures for only 100 years, in terms of the times in the different planets. The 100 years of Brahma's life are divided into two parts, the first half and the second half. Calculation of time. Continuation. The different kalpas. Number 1. Brahma Kalpa. The first half of the duration of Brahma's life is already over, and the second half is now current. In the beginning of the first half of Brahma's life, there was a millennium called Brahma Kalpa, wherein Lord Brahma appeared. The birth of the Vedas was simultaneous with Brahma's birth. Number 2. Padma Kalpa. The millennium which followed the first Brahma Kalpa millennium, which followed the first Brahma millennium is known as the Padma Kalpa, because in that millennium the universal lotus flower grew out of the navel reservoir of water of the Personality of Godhead, Hari. The duration of the two parts of Brahma's life, as above mentioned, is calculated to be equal to 1 nimesha, less than a second, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is unchanging and unlimited, and is the cause of all causes of the universe. Eternal time is certainly the controller of different dimensions, from that of the atom up to the superdivisions of the duration of Brahma's life. But, nevertheless, it is controlled by the Supreme. Time cannot control only those who are body conscious, even up to the Satyaloka. Or time can control only those who are body conscious, even up to the Satyaloka, or the other higher planets of the universe. This phenomenal material world is expanded to a diameter of 4 billion miles as a combination of 8 material elements transformed into 16 further categories, within and without, as follows. The layers or elements covering the universes are each 10 times thicker than the one before, and all the universes clustered together appeared like atoms in a huge combination. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is therefore said to be the original cause of all causes. Thus, the spiritual abode of Vishnu is eternal without a doubt, and it is also the abode of Mahavishnu, the origin of all manifestations.